Welcome inside Chrysler Arena for WCBN sports coverage of Michigan basketball. I'm Leo Lavin, joining me, Emily Herrard, as we get you set for Michigan and the Maryland Terrapins, who enter this game at 13-2. Emily, what's the biggest takeaways you've seen watching Maryland during warm-ups or throughout this season that'll pose problems for Michigan today?
Well, first of all, in the backcourt, they have Melo Trimble, and that's going to be an important thing for the Wolverines to shut him down. He's averaging 17.8 points per game, so they got to make sure that they keep him from shooting the long ball, which he's also shooting 36% from three. Along with that, though, they're going to have to make sure they keep Herder off the glass, their top rebounder. So the Wolverines need to come out with some energy on the defensive end to start this game.
Michigan enters this game 11-4, coming off an impressive comeback victory against Penn State. The Wolverines trailed by as many as 14 in the second half. However, a big reason for their comeback was points off of turnovers. They forced 14 of them and scored 20 points off those turnovers. What can Michigan do to continue their defensive dominance at home?
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about that. I think that the Wolverines definitely need to push the ball more, and then they need more just fight on the defensive end. I think, as you said, towards the end of that Penn State game, in the timeout, it was pumped up the team and got them going. And I think the Wolverines just need some motivator in this game to get them to be more aggressive on defense. And as you said, they forced some turnovers. Derek Walton Jr. was able to get a couple steals, and that got them back into the game and able to pull off that win.
Maryland is coming off just their second loss of the season. They fell to Nebraska at home 67-65. It's worth noting this is the first game Maryland had to fly to all year. Their preseason, or I should say their early season tournament, was in New York, and their one other road game this year was at Georgetown, so they stayed in the Northeast up until today, and with three freshmen in their starting lineup, it'll be interesting to see how they respond to this hostile environment. The best crowd we've seen all year here at Chrysler Center, getting ready for this Big Ten action. Michigan in their maize uniforms with the blue numerals, Maryland in their red with the black numbers. The starters for the Terrapins: Anthony Cowan, Melo Trimble, Kevin Herder, Justin Jackson, DeMonte Dodd for Michigan, Derek Walton Jr., Muhammad Ali, Abdur-Rahman, Mo Wagner, Zach Irvin, and B.J. Wilson. And we are underway. Michigan winning the opening tip and taking the basketball from left to right. Melo Trimble guarding Muhammad Ali, Abdur-Rahman. Rahman driving inside, gets into the painted area under the basket as it's stripped from behind, recollects it, and gives to the senior point guard, Walton. Top of the key, Walton barking out orders, getting an off-ball screen, trying to feed it to Irvin, inside kicks to Wagner. 3 on the shot clock. Walton's going to have to throw up a prayer in front of the Maryland bench. He gets it off and gets it in. An artistic shot and certainly some improvisation in midair. Somehow he gets it to go, and Michigan starts off with a 3-point basket. What a shot. Anthony Cowan back the other way for the Terrapins. Gives to Kevin Herder, a sharpshooter who had 26 points, a career high last week against Nebraska. And the runner from Justin Jackson is good from just outside the arc, inside the painted area. 3-2 here early on, Michigan with the lead. Both teams converting on their opening possession. Wagner left alone will try a triple off the front of the rim, no good.
Good look by Wagner, just not able to knock that one down.
Melo Trimble, the All-Big Ten preseason selection, feeds DeMonte Dodd, and he stuffs it home.
So far, 2 easy looks in the paint for Maryland. The Wolverines are going to have to work on their defense.
Dodd missed 5 straight games before returning last Sunday against Nebraska, and he gets the start today. Rahman gives back the other way. Good defense by Trimble, forces the miss on the lay-in attempt. Rahman got to the basket, just couldn't finish, and Trimble will feed it over the back to Dodd, who through the contact can't get it to go, but he will head to the line to shoot 2. And once again, Maryland having no trouble feeding it inside their bigs and getting looks.
That's going to be something the Wolverines have to stop. Provide a bigger presence down low, prevent the ball from getting down in there. But I did like seeing Rahman getting to the basket on that previous possession. It was just great defense by Trimble, but I want to see the Wolverines try to look in the paint a little more and then spread their offense out.
Dodd shooting 62% from the charity stripe this season, gets the first to go, and Maryland's lead grows 5-3 with 18:22 to go in this first half. Dodd bounces the ball twice, fires the second free throw off the front of the rim, and falls in. 6-3 is the Terrapin lead. DeMonte Dodd with 4 points already early on. His first start in 6 games after an injury. Back the other way come the Wolverines, and there's an off-ball foul. And they're going to get Justin Jackson for it. His first, team's first.
His first personal foul.
So Zach Irvin will inbound underneath the attacking basket for Michigan. Irvin will feed it into Rockman, who gives it right back. Irvin steps inside, kicks it to the far corner. Wilson open for 3, nails it.
Good vision by Irvin to see P.J. Wilson in the corner, open for 3.
And they had a quick stoppage just to fix the net. It was that pure a shot that the net trickled upwards and got somewhat tangled around the rim. We're ready to get back underway. Michigan 2 for 2. Both baskets coming behind the arc. Hello, Tremble, barking out signals. Gives to DeMonte Dodd, who sets a heavy screen, gets it on a pick and pop, steps inside. Irvin tried to take the charge and said just hit the hardwood, and Dodd had no one to contend his easy layup. Everything coming easy for Maryland's starting center, who's averaging just 5.9 points per game. He's already got 6 in the early going. A turnover as Irvin had cut along the baseline, but couldn't corral the pass in.
Yeah, good look by Walton, but Irvin was not expecting the pass. He just couldn't control it.
Anthony Cowan, one of 3 freshmen starting for the Terrapins, and he's their ball handler. Gives to his fellow freshman Herder, feeds down low to Dodd, and gets rejected from behind. A violent block by Moritz Wagner sends Dodd to the floor with authority.
Good recovery by Wagner. He was able to get back for the block and finally stop Dodd down low.
Dodd, though, having no trouble getting the basketball down low, as you said. Wagner had to regain his composure, and he certainly did so. Maryland still with the basketball. Cowan drives by Rockman, has it stripped by Wilson, but they're going to say he got more arm than basketball, and that's his first foul of the game.
Now, interesting move. Wagner now on the bench. Donnell's in the game. We'll see how he can match up against Dodd down low.
At the line is shooting 2 for the Terrapins, 0, Anthony Cowan.
Cowan will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws. He's a 74% free throw shooter on the year, and he gets the first to go. Maryland leads at 9-6 with 17:07 left to go in the first half. All of Maryland's offense has been generated in the painted area. They have 4 points in the paint, and they've gone to the free throw line twice. As a result of players getting in the lane with ease, Michigan's going to have to tighten up defensively, but they've also got to get buckets on the offensive end, trailing by 4. P.J. Wilson driving baseline, gets inside positioning, and has his shot rejected. Michigan will keep it. DeMonte Dodd, though, using his frame to impede the progress Wilson made towards the basket. Dodd at 6'11", 250, certainly has a weight advantage over the lengthy DJ Wilson. 7 on the shot clock for Walton. Gets a screen from Minnell, steps inside the three-point arc. His long jumper does not go, and the rebound secured by Herder. Maryland will push pace the other way. Anthony Cowan with the basketball. Gets a screen from Dodd. Kicks it to Justin Jackson, who traveled with it. And so far, the freshmen have somewhat struggled adjusting to this road environment, but it's been the senior DeMonte Dodd who's led the way for the Terrapins. He's got 6 points to lead all scorers. The lead is 10-6 for Maryland with 16.5 to go in this opening half. On the floor for Michigan, Wilson, Irvin, Rockman, Donnell, and Walton. For the Terrapins, it's Dodd, Herder, Cowan, Tremble, and the third man in there, Justin Jackson. An offensive rebound secured by Donnell.
Strong rebound after a questionable shot by Zach Irvin. Looked into the corner, he would have had an open teammate, but that's something we see often. Irvin settling for shots late in the shot clock for the Wolverines.
And it appeared that Dodd had good positioning. He just wasn't able to secure it. Donnell chases in, gets fouled, and goes to the line where he cannot convert the first of 2 free throw tries.
Checking in for the Terrapins, number 10, L.G. Gill.
L.G. Gill checks in for the first time today, replacing one of those 3 freshmen, Justin Jackson. Gill 6'8", 230 is a graduate transfer from Duquesne as Donnell gets the second freebie to go. Michigan trailing 10-7 with 16 minutes to go in this first half. Anthony Cowan dribbles the basketball right to left for the Terps. Top of the key, Mello Trimble. Feeds Gill. Now Cowan with it, dribbling at the top of the key. Waves off a screen from Herder, now takes one from Devontae Dodd. Steps inside, lobs it inside. DJ Wilson intercepts the pass. There's a turnover, and Michigan will look to push the pace the other way. Good transition defense by Maryland. Doesn't allow a quick outlet pass, but Walton will go to work. A couple of pretty dribbles, feeds to Donnell, and now back to Walton, who's getting a screen from his big. Irvin lobs it inside. Wilson has positioning. His shot rattles around the iron and doesn't fall through. Trimble has yet to score in this game, but he feeds Dodd once again. His hook shot no good. Rebound putback is good for LG Gill, excuse me.
Wolverines can't allow second chance buckets like that. They were lucky that Dodd missed the first. They need to secure that rebound.
Gill averaging just 3.5 points per game. Transferred to Maryland, where he has been a consistent rebounder in limited minutes, getting just under 3 rebounds per game. He led the Dukes of Duquesne last year in rebounding. Walton gets inside. Tried a no-look pass to Donnell. Donnell wasn't ready for it, and it's intercepted by Trimble. Quickly gets to the rim, but has his path cut off to the basket. Dodd feeds it inside, intercepted. Good vision by Rockmond to see it coming. Bodied up by LG Gill. Goes to the rim, lays it up high. Putback is good by Donnell. Dodd had to close out on the free guard, Rockmond, and Donnell cleans up the trash. 3 subs coming in for Maryland. Duncan Robinson and Xavier Simpson ready to check in for the Wolverines. 14 minutes to go in the first half. Maryland leading 12-9. Herder, who had 26 points, including a freshman record 7 threes. The last time out for the Terps, thought about taking a 3. Instead, Trimble drives inside. No good. Putback attempt from Devontae Dodd is good, and he's leading everybody with 8 points.
Now when the Wolverines try to put up good defense in the lane, they leave another Maryland guy open to get that offensive rebound.
Dodd's first rebound of the game comes with a basket. Michigan gets a basket back the other way. Acrobatic. In the air is Zach Irvin at the rim. Lays it in with one hand. And the right-handed scoop shot cuts the deficit back down to 3. Top of the key, LG Gill. Now Trimble. Rockmond doing a good job defensively, keeping Trimble in front of him, who will pull up for a long 3. No good. Rebound secured by DJ Wilson. Back the other way comes Irvin. Drives inside, then steps back, and the Wolverines will reset. Michigan just 4 of 11 from the field thus far, but the lead for Maryland is just 3. Irvin. Step back jumper. Long 2, no good. Air ball. Donnell brings down the rebound, and they will get a jump ball possession arrow to the Terrapins. Our first time out of the floor with 12:48 left to go in the opening half. Michigan trailing Maryland 14-11 on this, the Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN, FM, Ann Arbor. Emily, what are you seeing in the opening minutes?
Well, first, like we've been saying the name all afternoon, Dodd needs to be stopped by the Wolverines. Maryland shooting 55% from the field, and a lot of that has to do with their close, good looks in the paint at the basket. So the Wolverines need to continue to work on that on the defensive end. Right now, they're struggling from the field themselves, only shooting 33%.
Maryland's found it relatively easy to get points in the paint. They've already got 8 of them. What can Michigan do defensively to adjust?
One thing that I've seen is DJ Wilson using his length down low has been a strength, but he came up with 1 steal down low as he slipped the screen. But it's important that the other bigs support Wilson down low. Wagner and Donnell need to step up. They can't let their man go for the offensive rebound. If they finally get a stop, they have to make sure that they're boxing out down low.
Michigan right now shooting 33% from the field. Their leading scorers, a combination of Wilson, Walton, and Donnell. How can they do more to get though Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, who was Michigan's really best scorer late in last season, he struggled throughout this year. How can they get him going offensively?
I think the Wolverines need to work on better ball movement. They, stand around the 3-point line a lot until the end of the shot clock, and then chuck up a shot that's probably not their greatest look. So if they can get the ball in his hands, just try to drive the basket, kick it out, and just work the ball around and more quickly so they're able to get better looks at the basket.
This is Maryland's first true road game of the season. I think I was expecting a slower start given they start 3 freshmen, but what have you seen from Maryland that really seems to be working against Michigan early on, especially on the offensive end of the floor?
Yeah, so Maryland has been pushing the pace. I thought they'd have some slow legs too, and the Wolverines could take advantage of that, but they've been energetic, and as I said before, it's just getting good looks in the paint. Like, they're a good 3-point shooting team too, so if they can also kick it out and hit some threes, the Wolverines will have to move around more on defense.
14-11 is the score. 12:48 left to go in the first half. Maryland on top on the road here in Ann Arbor. You're listening to Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN FM Ann Arbor. A final from earlier today, Penn State beating Michigan State 72-63. An interesting game because it was played at the Palestra in Philadelphia. Penn State electing to play one of their conference home games in one of the college basketball cathedrals. A lay-in off the hands of L.G. Gill does not go. Michigan gets the defensive rebound, and Xavier Simpson will get his first touch of the game. Duncan Robinson in there as well with Mark Donnell, DJ Wilson, and Zach Irvin. For Syracuse, it's L.G. Gill. Yvonne Bender in there for the first time today. Melo Tremble and Jared Nickens. A 3 from Robinson in the corner. You can't leave him alone because he'll make you pay, and he does it there.
Robinson, a great weapon off the bench for the Wolverines.
Really has started to thrive from behind the arc in his 6-man role after starting the majority of last season. Trimble thought about driving inside. Instead, uses a screen from Bender. Kicks it up top to Jalen Brantley, who steps inside, gets to the rim. Lots of traffic, and he doesn't get it to go. Good defense by Dale and a better defensive rebound by the senior big. Xavier Simpson, we haven't seen him much on the floor as the sole guard, but that's the case right now. Michigan going with a relatively lengthy lineup. The only true guard out there is Xavier Simpson, the freshman from Ohio. 8 on the shot clock for Irvin. Screen from Donnell. It's hedged well, but Irvin will pull up for a 3 anyway. Off the front of the rim, no good. Trimble back the other way. Steps inside. Simpson, good defensive positioning, and he draws the offensive foul in an extended arm by Trimble. Forces the whistle, and there's another timeout on the floor. Back-to-back quickies with 11:10 still to go in the first half. We're tied up at 14 apiece. Emily, much better sequence there for Michigan, particularly on the defensive end of the floor.
Exactly. Donnell with the great defense and then defensive rebound. And right there, Xavier Simpson able to get the offensive call. And, that's something as a coach, Beeline has to be happy putting your freshman out there, and then he's sacrificing his body, getting into play. That's something that's going to bring energy to the team and the crowd, which is pretty solid here, as you said, one of the best crowds yet this season. So the Wolverines need everything on their side. The crowd obviously will help them.
Maryland hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds. How can the Terps offense get back going?
Well, right now we've seen the Wolverines clogging the paint more than they had earlier in the game. So if the Terps can get the ball back out around the perimeter, move it around a little bit, and then maybe try to work it down low.
With 11:10 still to play in the first half, it's Michigan 14, Maryland 14 on this, the Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN FM, Ann Arbor. I'm Neil Blavin, Emily Berard joining me high above the floor here at Chrysler Center. Michigan's offense starting to get going. Xavier Simpson out there for the first time today. What have you seen so far this year that's limited really his role in this offense?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of Xavier Simpson on the court, so I think just more playing time for him is just going to get him into the rhythm, and that's something as a freshman I think it's just the experience you definitely need. It's a totally different game than high school, so I think that as he gets more minutes out there, Michigan fan base is going to see what he has to offer.
waiting to get back to action. We had the back-to-back TV timeouts, a lot of clean play, and we went nearly 5 minutes of just real-time basketball. A welcome relief.
It's always good to see. It's never fun when the refs blow the whistle every 5 seconds.
Yeah, certainly has not been the case today. It's been very well paced. Michigan 2 fouls to Maryland's 3. The Terrapins shooting 5 of 11 from the field, 45%. Michigan 36%, 5 of 14 from the field. For the Wolverines are 3 of 5 from deep. Maryland 0 for 1. Maryland, a team that usually likes to shoot a lot of threes, they've only tried 1. Is that just taking what Michigan's defense has given them, or are they?
That's what I'd say. And one thing, Mello Trimble's 0 for 2. He's the one person who did shoot a 3 for Maryland. So the Wolverines have to be thankful right now that he's not dominating on the offensive end, but be ready because he's Maryland's top scorer, and you know he's going to get out there and try to get some buckets.
Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman and Mo Wagner back out there, joined by Duncan Robinson, Xavier Simpson, and DJ Wilson. For the Terps, it's Coway, Brantley, Bender, Gill, and Anthony Cowan. 5 on the shot clock as Simpson drives baseline, gets trapped, feeds Wagner. He'll try a 3 in front of the Maryland bench. Just grazes the rim. No good. Kicked around, but the rebound finally brought down by Jared Nickens. Cowan with the basketball, feeds Gill. No dominant scores on the floor, but an open 3 will make it easy. And Jared Nickens nails.
Yeah, we just talked about how Maryland likes to shoot the 3 ball, and there the Wolverines left them open, and that was enough space for Nickens to knock down the 3.
With 10 minutes to go in the first half, that's just the second 3 try of the game, and the first one to go. For the Terps, their lead is back up to 3, 17-14 with 10 to play. Wagner will try to answer with a 3 of his own. Iron uncon. Cowan. The lead ball handler is yet to see the bench in this game. He'll drive inside, has his shot rejected, but Maryland keeps the basketball. DJ Wilson with a nice athletic play, using all of that 7'3" wingspan to deny the easy bucket. A long 2, though, will be hit by Jalen Brantley. Brantley shooting just 35% from the field, but he gets that one to go, and Maryland's lead is back up to 5. It's their largest of the game. Wilson with a nice cut on the right block. Feeds Simpson for a long 3. Simpson's shot no good. The rebound not secured by Bender. And I think pressure from Wagner forced that mishandling. And it looks like Xavier Simpson's short time on the floor as the point guard will come to an end. Walton checking in for him, and Urban checking in for DJ Wilson.
But I like that look on that last play with DJ Wilson down low. He's been facing some double teams, and he found Xavier Simpson out for the 3. He wasn't able to knock it down, but it was a good look.
Urban feeds it inside to Duncan Robinson. Robinson feeds Wagner on the right block, lays it in off the glass with the left hand. Good positioning by Wagner and a better feed. Michigan, when they get good ball movement, is as dangerous an offense as you'll find. A deflected pass. Rockman got in the way of that pass intended from Cowan to Jalen Brantley. Justin Jackson will check back in, as does Maryland's leading scorer, DeMonte Dodd. Maryland, a team that goes 10 deep, and they've already had 9 players see the floor. .45 to go in the opening half. Maryland leading by 3. Dodd going to work on the left block. Hook shot with the right hand, rattles around, and it falls off the side of the iron. The rebound brought down by Michigan's do-everything point guard, Derek Walton Jr., who feeds to Rockman at the other end in the corner for 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Cowan pushing it the other way. Maryland playing with tempo. They'll settle things down at the block end near midcourt. Cowan uses a screen from Dodd. Kicks to Justin Jackson, a long 3, and he hits it. Correction, that's Jared Nickens. The second time from that spot, he's tested his luck from deep and converted. certainly a hot spot for him, and the lead back up to 6. It's Maryland's largest lead once again of the game. Irvin driving inside, has his path cut off to the basket by Justin Jackson. Jackson, wiry arms. Wagner, he'll try a 3 off the heel. Michigan just nothing doing from behind the arc. They're now 3 of 10. Meanwhile, Maryland 2 of 3 from deep.
Now Wagner 0 for 4 from 3.
That is a shot he does have in his repertoire, but at some point, if they're just not falling, you got to stop taking. Pass fed inside, over the head of Wagner, laid in through the contact by DeMonte Dodd. Wagner was in position. He just didn't seem ready for that pass.
It looked like he was a little lost. He was in the right place, but he just didn't know where the ball was. He should have gotten his hands up and he would have had that pass. But because of that, he was sealed on the inside, and he then resulted in a foul.
It was a nice feed from the freshman Anthony Cowan. So Dodd, who already has 10 points in the game, will go to the line to add one more. Michigan trailing by 8 with 7:15 to go in the first half. It's Maryland 24, Michigan 16 on the Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN FM Ann Arbor. What's going wrong for Michigan over this last few minutes?
Well, we've seen some good streaks by them where, as you said, they had great offensive rotation and ball movement, but then, that kind of slows down, and then we have 4 missed threes by Wagner. He just has to work on, the Wolverines just have to work on getting better looks. Even though Wagner was open on most of those threes, if he's not hitting it, you got to go look for a different offensive weapon. DJ Wilson, when he was out on the court, was putting up good buckets and defense for the Wolverines, but he had to sit down. So it'll be interesting to see if coming out of this timeout, he's back in the game. Wilson only has 3 points, but it seems like he's doing a lot out there for the Wolverines, just from an energy perspective.
DeMonte Dodd leads all scorers with 10 points. How does Michigan start to contain this senior big?
Well, as I said earlier, it's just a combination of DJ Wilson down low with the length, but also, getting Wagner. He was a little stronger on defense the last time Dodd posted up on him, and just clog the lane and just don't let Dodd get the ball down low.
Michigan on the offensive end has really started to struggle. They're getting open looks from 3, but that's been the story of all season, is just not being able to convert those. Really, since they played in New York, just the threes have not been falling. Is that something that Michigan has to address in terms of their offensive strategy, or is it just going to be struggle city until they can start making it?
I think it's going to be, because Beeline basketball is shooting the 3. I definitely think that they should look for different looks on offense. So Irvin drives the basket. He did have the lane cut off a little bit, but I don't know why he didn't go up for the layup. Try to draw the foul. It's just something you don't see often from the Wolverines. They're always looking for that 3. Right now, they're shooting 30% from deep, so it might be time to find some other looks.
24-16 is the score with 7:16 left to go in the first half. Michigan trailing by 8. DeMonte Dodd will head to the line to try to complete the and one. Kevin Herter back out there with Cowan, Nickens, DeMonte Dodd, the free throw shooter, and Justin Jackson for Michigan. Watching that free throw go through is Derek Walton Jr., Duncan Robinson, Mark Tennell, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, and Zach Irvin. Michigan going left to right, down by 9. Their largest deficit of this game with 7 minutes to go in the first half. The starters, with the exception of Robinson and Donnell, out there for Michigan, trying to get some offense going as Maryland's on a 6-0 run over the last minute or so. Irvin from that right elbow, that seems to be a sweet spot. He gets another one to go, and once again, the net gets tangled up. But Irvin really finding his stroke, particularly on the elbows.
And once again, the Wolverines shot coming late in the shot clock.
Anthony Cowan out there averaging just 29 minutes per game, but he's been out there every minute of this one. A nice lob inside, can't be finished by Dodd, and a strong rebound brought down by Donnell. As Dodd wasn't able to stuff it, just had too much emphasis on that shot so close to the basket. It ricocheted off the backboard. And Donnell had to fight for it and bring it down, and he did. Walton at the top of the key thought about feeding Robinson off a curl screen. A nice bounce pass on the baseline to Robinson. Walton, though, with 3 on the shot clock, will try a long 3 with a hand in his face. Off the side of the rim, Urban fighting for it, stepped out of bounds. Another ugly possession that yielded a difficult shot, and Walton almost bailed out Michigan once again, as he did on their first possession. But once again, the three-pointers just not falling.
Yeah, you can't be happy with that shot, especially when it's a contested 3 and you're already struggling from deep. You got to find a better look than that.
Yeah, Michigan, the struggles from deep continuing as the Wolverines now 27% from behind the arc on 11 tries. And now they're taking a look at something. I'm not sure what. It must be some sort of timing error, because I'm not sure they could review to see if Urban stayed in bounds. I'm not sure there was much protest for Michigan anyway.
But definitely on the line.
So this shouldn't take too long. It'll be Maryland basketball. They'll go right to left. 6:06 left to go in the first half. Maryland leading 25-18. They're going to take a little bit longer, so the two teams will head to their respective benches.
Sometimes I don't know how I feel about this. Spending so much time looking at the clock just to get a couple seconds right, it can really mess with the flow of the game.
And it seems pretty clear.
It's not like they're trying to decide if the shot clock was incorrect.
Yeah, the shot clock resets when he stepped out of bounds, and they change of possession. I guess the one thing they could be looking at is, because Urban's feet clearly were out of bounds, but was it when he was touching the basketball? Because he did reestablish himself in bounds. The question is, when did he first make contact with the orange sphere? Anyway, Michigan down by 7. Has to get a stop here defensively. The last thing you want to do at your own barn is find yourself down double digits going into the locker room at the halftime. What do they have to do over the last 6 minutes and 6 seconds of this first half to get back into this?
Well, the Wolverines not only have to get stops, but they also have to put up points on the other end, because no matter how good their defense is, they've been struggling against Dodd, and if they can't get a couple baskets on the other end, then that's just going to drain their energy and confidence.
So all that review took 3 seconds off the clock. We're down to 6:03 left to go in the first half. Maryland leading 25-18 with the basketball. Anthony Cowan. Justin Jackson, and now Cowan back with it, using a screen from Dodd. Tried to split it instead. A hard hedge by Donnell forces the dribble around, but a 3 once again falling for Maryland. Justin Jackson this time delivering the blow. Maryland 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Michigan's also made 3 threes, but they've tried 11 of them, and they trail by 10. Maryland's largest lead of the game with hot shooting, the culprit. Michigan really needs a response here on the offensive end. Rockman, driving baseline, gets inside, lays it off the glass again. Athletic move by one of Michigan's best cutters and scorers in the painted area. Kevin Herter, who made 7 threes last time out, gives to Jackson around the perimeter. Jackson nearly losing his balance on the dribble, gives to Herter. He'll try a 3, rattles around, finally doesn't fall. Offensive rebound for Jackson, put back, no good. Rebound secured by Mark Donnell, and he's fouled over the back. Was DeMonte Dodd.
On that possession, though, was good rebound by Justin Jackson. He's Maryland's leading rebounder with 5.9 a game, going up against DJ Wilson, who is the Wolverines' leading rebounder with 6.9.
Yvonne Bender checking back in, just the first foul against Dodd in this game. 4th team foul against the Terps. Michigan with 3 team fouls and an 8-point deficit facing them under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Urban at the top of the key, feeds it inside, nice pass, and Donnell's shot was goaltended by Yvonne Bender. So Michigan will get their second easy basket in a row.
That's the type of look that they need to go to. Donnell, good cut to the basket, good lob, and ended up with 2 points for the Wolverines.
Yvonne Bender, if that name sounds familiar, it's the younger brother of Dragan Bender, of course, the 4th overall pick in last year's draft. Dragan now playing for the Suns, played for Maccabi Tel Aviv, and instead of going to college, his younger brother, though, goes the collegiate route and has a pass in his direction intercepted by Rockman. Rockman, a nice dribble, feeds it up top to Wilson. Ball tipped around, somehow finds the hands of Urban. Now Rockman with it. Nice jump stop. Gets in the painted area. His 4-footer is good. Offense coming to life here thanks to the shooting and putting ability of the junior from Allentown, PA, and he gets the crowd jumping here in the Maze Rage in unison, urging on this defensive possession for Michigan. They trail by 4. A 6-0 run for the Maize and Blue. Under 4 media timeout coming next. Cowan drives inside, gets inside. Walton tried to redirect his shot with the right hand, couldn't do it, and Cowan got it to go. Difficult basket for the freshman in a hostile environment. Walton trying to answer with a floater of his own, and it doesn't go. No foul coming, much to the chagrin of some of the fans here in attendance. Cowan cut inside at no one and flew it out top. Tremble drives inside, one of the best drivers in the game. His shot no good. The rebound, though, goes out of bounds. It will be Maryland basketball. When we come back, 3:18 left to go in the first half. It's Michigan 24, Maryland 30. On this, the Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN, FM, Ann Arbor. Good sequence there offensively for Michigan. It really all started with the effort of Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman.
Yes, exactly. And as we said earlier, to get him in the offense, he needed to start cutting to the basket, driving to the basket, and that's what happened on the last 2 plays where he scored. And it just brought some energy and got both teams actually pushing the ball faster down. And, you know, it was a poor decision, I think, by Walton to push the ball down the court and try to force a layup after being scored on by Maryland. But you got to like the effort, you got to like the hustle, and the Wolverines need to push the ball, need to drive the basket. As we said, they're only shooting 27% from 3.
The crowd here taking a moment to recognize the veteran of the game, Colonel James Hooligan, and he gets a much-deserved standing O from what is really filled out. Certainly is the best part of the season. I'm not sure it's exactly a sellout, but it's pretty darn close. For a snow-filled Ann Arbor and a odd start of 3:15. This game going head-to-head with the first NFL playoff game of the year. And, of course, the hometown team, the Detroit Lions, will play later tonight as well. With a busy sports Saturday here in January.
And earlier today, the women's basketball team losing by 9 in Ohio State. They made it a close game in the first half, but they just weren't able to hold out in the second half as Hallie Thome, the big girl, was in foul trouble. But Caitlin Flaherty had a career high of 38 points and broke the school record by having 8 3-pointers made in the game. So good outing by Flaherty, and the team is growing. So although they didn't get the win, you know, they'll learn a lot from this one.
The Michigan women's team has certainly been a bright spot on campus this year. They're in contention certainly for an NCAA tournament bid and hoping to put their first banner up in Chrysler Arena, and they're certainly well on their way. Just a team that has for years been a cellar dweller, and Kim Barnes-Arico has got them in the right direction. A lot of it has to be credit to her recruiting abilities as well. Michigan, a star-studded team for the first time in a long time. We're back to action here. 3:18 to go. Maryland on top of Michigan, 30-24. It'll be Maryland basketball on the baseline underneath their attacking basket. Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman is sparking a run for Michigan. And good defense has certainly helped Michigan claw back in this game. They've trailed by as many as 10. Maryland trying to extend their 6-point lead once again with the basketball, operating right to left. Mello Trimble with it. Trimble has yet to score in this game. He's 0 for 3 from the field. He dishes to Jackson. Driving baseline, has his path cut off by Donnell. Adjusted midair and lays it off the backboard and in. Strong with the right hand off the glass.
He's had a good performance tonight. 7 points, 3 for 4 shooting.
Everything coming easy in the painted area. 14 points in the paint for Maryland, 12 for Michigan. And Irvin tries to make it 14 points in the paint, but his shot altered from just underneath the basket, and the rebound brought down by Cowan. Herder off a screen. Tried to feed inside to Dodd. He wasn't ready for it, and it went off Nickens. It'll be Michigan basketball. LG Gill in there as well. He may have been the target of that pass. It took some sort of deflection. The referees determined it was off a red jersey, so it's Michigan basketball on the turnover. Irvin driving inside, gets positioning, and that's just a senior taking advantage of a freshman on defense for an easy 2-point basket. Zach Irvin now with 6 points. Trimble right back the other way, gets his first basket of the game. Too easy there for the junior superstar from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
He's able to just get right through all those Michigan defenders.
Trimble averaging just under 18 points per game. That's his first bucket of this game. It gives Maryland an 8-point lead with under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Irvin from just inside the 3-point arc, starting to feel it. That one doesn't go through, however, from the senior. Trimble back the other way, driving inside, kicking to Herder, wide open for 3 in front of the Michigan bench. Nothing but that.
Irvin got out there too late. You can't leave a shooter like Herder out there with that much space. He's going to knock it down in your face.
That will silence the crowd here at Chrysler Center. Maryland with their largest lead of the game, 11 points. They lead 37-26 with 1:26 to go in this first half. And right now, Michigan may have more experience on the floor, but Maryland's youth certainly appears to be the more talented bunch right now.
Yeah, and right now, if you're the Wolverines, you want to cut this lead to single digits just for a confidence booster going into the locker room. It's going to look a whole lot better if you're down under 10 versus now up down by 11. But we see Irvin is the leading scorer for the Wolverines right now with 6 points, but he's 3 of 8, and he's just not been able to get all of his shots to get knocked down. But he has been getting some better looks at the basket, trying to drive. So he needs to continue doing that because, as I said, that will open up the floor more for the Wolverines.
1:26 to play. It's Michigan basketball. They just took a timeout. Maryland's made their last 3 field goal attempts, and that's led to this 11-point lead. This is a big possession, though, and a big close to the half for the Maize and Blue. On the verge of getting run out of their own building by a team that started 3 freshmen. Janelle struggles to handle even the most basic pass. Has to pick up his dribble at midcourt and feed it to Abdul Rahman. Rahman driving inside. His 6-foot jumper somehow off the glass. Apparently the bank opened on Saturday here in Chrysler Center. Anthony Cowan back with it for Maryland. That was a big basket. It may have not been the prettiest shot, but the Wolverines will certainly take the result. Maryland's converted on their last 3 field goal tries, and they will use their use it or lose it timeout with 48.4 seconds. Perhaps Maryland trying something up to go 2 for 1 in these final possessions. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 48 seconds on the game clock. So if they use the extent of this shot clock, they're not going to get it back, but certainly would expect them to have a chance.
Yeah, be smart for Maryland to go for that. But, the Wolverines need to just stop Maryland from getting the ball down low on this last possession. Try to get one more good look at the basket. Go into halftime down, 37-30 would be good, as they're now down 37-28.
Maryland with the basketball, up by 9. Again, 18 seconds on the shot clock, 48.4 seconds on the game clock here in the first half of play. Maryland has been the better side thus far in their first road game of conference play. Melo Trimble driving inside with ease. No one to cut off his lane in the basket. Shot no good. Putback from Dodd was just thrown up into the air, took a deflection, and Michigan brings it down. Walton fed it to Irvin. It got deflected off the hands of Anthony Cowan. So Michigan retain possession, 34.2 seconds on the game clock, 27 seconds on the shot clock.
Walton got excited there with his pass, but the Wolverines will get another attempt.
I think he was thinking 2 for 1 on that fast break. Instead, they will slow things down. Michigan's already burned their use it or lose it timeout. So they'll play this one out on the floor. 20 seconds to go. They trail by 9 in the first half of play. Irvin, top of the key. Dribbling, using his size, lowering the shoulder, and that's a charge, and that's the right call. Anthony Cowan was in good position, and Irvin lowered that left shoulder to try to get some separation. He did, but he also drew the foul.
His first personal foul. Team's 4.
The shot clock now turned off. 13.9 seconds left to play in the first half. Maryland can go into the locker room up double digits if they can get a basket here. They've also used that final timeout. So it'll be up to the 5 on the floor to settle things for Maryland offensively. Trimble in no hurry as he just crosses the time stripe with 7 seconds to play. And Michigan with a couple fouls to use. Walton will use one there. Just the 15th foul of this first half for Michigan. Xavier Simpson now checking in for Martinell. Michigan not wanting their bigs get in foul trouble. Michigan with one more foul to give, and you'd certainly expect them to do so. Irvin, the only player with more than one foul on the floor for Michigan, so everyone else can foul if they elect to do so. Doesn't appear they will. Trimble driving inside, lays it in, airball it. Rockmon's shot after the buzzer rejected, but that will do it. Michigan getting a couple breaks with Trimble, one of the best finishers at the rim of the country, struggling down the stretch here in the first half to get buckets to go. He's just 1 of 6 from the field for 2 points. But Maryland still having no trouble offensively. They lead by 9 at the break, 37-28. Your final thoughts on the first half, Emma?
Well, for the Wolverines, this is kind of what it looked like against Penn State the other night. So they have to hope that they can come out in this second half and put more pressure on defense. I think the Wolverines need to force some turnovers, push the ball in transition, and just get going offensively. But if they aren't able to get going from beyond the arc or just on offense in general, it's going to be a rough night here at Chrysler for the Wolverines.
That's going to do it for our first half of coverage on this, the Michigan Basketball Student Radio Network, WCBN FM Ann Arbor. We'll be back in a moment for more. Michigan down at the half, 37-28.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here from Chrysler Arena. Maryland leads Michigan 37-28. My name is Chris Pickler. Next to me is Nate Sorensen. Nate, what's going on with the Michigan Wolverines? What's going wrong, and what is Maryland doing right in their first true road game of the season?
Well, they're getting into the paint, they're attacking the rim, and they're scoring with ease every time. Michigan's interior defense has just not been there.
Well, I will agree with you. Maryland shooting 4 of 6 from 3, 50% overall. Michigan 3 of 11 from 3, only shooting 40% overall. Maryland dominating the boards at 20-12 as Michigan desperately needs a win to try to stay relevant, trying to get back in the rankings. Maryland, after falling to that great comeback at home against Nebraska earlier this week, they fell out of the rankings. They're also trying to get back in the rankings. Michigan, a 2-point underdog, according to Vegas right at this moment. What do you see happen in the next 20 minutes of this game?
Well, I'm really hoping that Michigan will come out and try to use the 1-3-1 zone on defense. They have had some success with it before. Maryland struggled with it against Nebraska. That was a big reason why Nebraska was able to make that huge comeback.
And I don't think they've actually done the 1-3-1 today.
No, they haven't at all in the first half. I would very much hope that they go to it here in the second half, sooner rather than later. I know it's something they normally go to when the game's on the line with their back against the wall. But
well, Maryland's Melo Trimble, that's their superstar, only shooting 1 of 6, 2 points. You'd think Michigan would be leading at that point. Dodd's got 11, Jackson's got 7, Nickens has 6 off the bench, and over at Michigan, no one has more than 6 points. Irvin and Abdul Rahman each at 6 points. And right now, for the Michigan Wolverines, they need someone to step up, as we got 1 minute until we start the second half here at Chrysler. It's a sold-out house. The student section has finally arrived. They've been loud. They've been doing a great job. It's not a ranked opponent, but it's sure close. It's the best opponent they've had so far at home. Michigan down 9.
yeah, we'll see. The crowd was really getting into the game there when Michigan cut the lead to 4. And then a couple open threes for Maryland really took the crowd out of the game there at the end of the first half. Hopefully, this basketball team gives them something to cheer about here at the start of the second half.
Well, Nickens and Jackson, 3 for 3 combined. We've seen some pretty deep threes put up by Maryland, but they've been making all of them. Like I said, 4 of 6 from the 3-point line, 50% overall. They're making their shots. They're getting their rebounds. 7 offensive rebounds to Michigan's 5. Like I said, overall, 20-12. Maryland leading the boards. I don't think there's been that much issue with the refs so far today. There have been a couple weird calls, but overall, Michigan's making stupid decisions. Only 4 turnovers, however, 5 personal fouls, and the buzzer goes off. We are ready to start the second half. Any last-minute things to add, Nate?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting point about the refs. Trimble, not only is he not shooting well from the field, a big part of his success is definitely getting to the line. He is one of the top. He has one of the most free throw attempts for any Maryland player in the history of the program. So,
and also they set it above. I didn't actually know, but Derek Walton Jr. shooting 92% of the free throw line this year. How do you like that? I had no idea that it was 92%. But the team is coming out. It's Mo Wagner, Zach Irvin, DJ Wilson, Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, and Derek Walton Jr. And for Maryland, it's Cohen and Trimble, Herder, Jackson, and Dodd. Herder had the game of his life against Nebraska, 7 of 11 for 3. He had a real coming out party. He's got the task of guarding Zach Irvin. Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman ready to inbound to Walton. We're waiting for the ref to hand off. 37-28. Maryland on top of Michigan. Michigan just a 2-point underdog in Vegas. We'll see if they know something we don't. The fans are ready to go. So are we. We're just waiting for the TV. And we are underway. Abdur-Rahman gets it to Walton. Michigan moving right to left across your radio dial. Gets it back left wing to Abdur-Rahman. Hands off to Irvin. Irvin's got Trimble on him. Top of the key now. Works up against Dodd. Goes inside. Loses the ball. Maryland brings it the other way. That was Cohen. He works against Walton Jr., gets it to Trimble, top of the key corner, three, no good. Top of the three, no. Top of the three, is going to go out of bounds. It'll be Michigan ball.
Well, the struggles continue for Trimble to start the second half. That's good news for Michigan.
1 of 7, 0 of 2 from 3. DJ Wilson's got it in the right wing. Gets it to Abdul-Rahman, top of the key. Works against Trimble. Irvin cuts, no pass. Gets a screen from Wagner. He's got Dodd on him now. Gets it back out. He's against Trimble. He's on the left wing. Gets it back to Irvin. Irvin going to reset with 10 seconds. Now goes to his left. That's a three-pointer. No good. Top of the key. Wagner, the great rebounds. Gets it outside to Abdul-Rahman. He's got Walton top of the key. He works against Cohen. Gets it to DJ Wilson in the corner. Back out to Walton. 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of times he worked against Cohen. Mo Wagner out against Dodd. Had the three, didn't take it. Gets it to Wilson. Handoff. Abdul-Rahman goes inside of the key. Puts it up. Puts it in. Michigan within 7.
Excellent job by Rockman to get to the rim right there, but Michigan really got bailed out by the Wagner offensive rebound right there. Horrible shot by Irvin there.
And I feel like we've said that a lot before. Justin Jackson's got it. Now he gets it to Cohen. Cohen under the basket. He's going to go all the way back. Gets it to Trimble. Trimble free throw line jumper moving forward. No good. Wagner gets the rebounds. Hands it off to Walton going right to left. Looked like he wanted to go quick. Now he's going to slow it down. Oh, gets it to Abdul-Rahman. Wing three didn't take it. Goes in long. 2 no good. Rebound goes to Justin Jackson.
Not a bad shot. Just didn't get it to go.
Michigan only down 7. They can come back. They've shown they can do it against Penn State. Herter's got it on the left wing against Walton. Gets it to Trimble, who's got Irvin on top of the key. Now he's going to roll to the right. Stripped by Abdul-Rahman. DJ Wilson steals it up ahead. Abdul-Rahman puts it up, and he misses the layup wide open.
He was way too casual with it.
Herter on the other side. 3 is long. It goes out of bounds. They're going to say Michigan ball. And Wagner telling him it's all right. And you can see Abdul-Rahman beating himself up. The wide open layup, folks. No one was near him.
He pulled up slow there, kind of give a chance. I don't know, maybe overthought it. That was inexcusable.
He did pull up slow a little bit. Either way, it would have been a 5-point game instead of 7. Michigan brings it up. Irvin's got it on the left wing. Gets it to Wagner. Top of the key. Spins around. And that's a dunk from Mo Wagner. A great play to get around Dodd.
Makes that a 5-point game. That's going to get the crowd into the game right there.
Great spin move there at the top of the key. The Maze Rage is feeling it. Cohen's got it against Walton. He rolls, loses the ball. Who's got it? Herter's got it. They could have called travel. They didn't. Walton steals it. He's going to bring it up. Wagner's got a 3 in the wing if he wants it. Inside, gets it inside to DJ Wilson. No call on the contact. Puts it up, puts it in. Michigan within 3. You can hear it, folks. Chrysler Arena's getting hot. This is Cohen brings it up. Left wing, he's got Herter. On the Michigan end at midcourt, he finds Melo Tremble, who works against Abdul-Rahman. 10 on the shot clock. Chrysler Arena's hot. Maryland needs a basket. They're down to 5 seconds. Melo Tremble all the way to the basket. It's blocked from behind, but a foul is called on Derek Walton with 4 on the shot clock. And Melo Tremble, you talked about it, the great free throw shooter. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, first 2 attempts of the game. That was definitely a success for Michigan, not fouling in the first half. That is one of the strengths of this team, is they do not commit many fouls. So we'll see if they can keep them off the line for the rest of the game. Hopefully.
3 dribbles with his right hand, puts it up, and it bounces around and in. And in comes Ivan Bender in for Dodd. If you think you've heard the last name Bender, you have. That's Dragon's little bro. He's playing in the Phoenix Suns. Dribble 1, dribble 2, dribble 3, puts it up, and it bounces out. Bender tips the rebound, but it goes to Wagner. Michigan is down 4. Walton's going to bring it up. He works against Cohen, gets the screen from Wagner. A lot of contact there. Hands off to Zach Irvin. He gets it to Abdul-Rahman. Rahman works against Herter. Now Wagner wanted the wing 3, didn't. Dribbles behind the back, lost the ball, finds it, gets to Irvin. 10 on the clock. Walton 3. No. And it's going to be a rebound to Justin Jackson. Tremble brings it up against Abdul-Rahman on the left wing. Now he's going to go inside. Gets it out to Herter. Deep 3 at the top of the key. No good. DJ Wilson the rebounds. Gets it to Walton Jr. Michigan trying to go quickly here as a nice dribble around Cohen. a foul is going to be called, and they're going to call it on Cohen. Walton was able to get around him, but it looked like Cohen got enough contact.
The offensive end for Maryland there, though, Trimble just does not look comfortable. He got into the lane there.
No,
He's really close to the basket, passes it out for a deep three. Not a good offensive possession for Maryland.
You know, when you're shooting 1 of 8 and you're the superstar of the team, as more subs are being made than 16 minutes, even Stevens. Next stoppage will be a TV timeout and a radio timeout, I suppose. 38-34 Michigan. Walton Jr.'s got it. It's a fresh 30. It's a fresh shot clock for Michigan. Irvin works against Nickens, who just came in, number 11, throws it inside to Wagner. It's too high, out of bounds, and we have a timeout on the floor. Maryland 38, Michigan 34, 51 to go. Second half, plenty of time for Michigan. What have you seen in the first 4:09 of this half that has gotten them within 4 points?
Much better defensive effort overall, or mostly just Melo Trimble putting up shots that he shouldn't be taking. But anyway, they're not making shots. It's helping out this Michigan basketball team.
Maryland 0 of 4 this half. They're 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line. Michigan 0 of 2 from 3, but they are 3 of 7 in this half. They're within 4. And you got to imagine, I mean, Michigan did this against Penn State. They were down by 12 points. It looked like Penn State, a not very good Penn State team who beat Michigan State earlier today, it looked like maybe they were going to take Michigan over. Instead, the great comeback, and Michigan survives against Penn State. Will something similar happen today? What do you think, Nate?
I think so. Reminded after the last game against Penn State, Beeline talked about the toughness of this team. He had a statement to the media.
Absolutely.
How there's definitely a toughness to this team. They have the ability to come back and make those kinds of comebacks. That's not easy to do. The problem is they don't always show that toughness. I would much rather they come out and play the whole game the way they started the second half. But at least they're coming out here, start of the second half, guns blazing, playing well.
Well, we said first half it was 20-12 in the rebound department. Second half it's 6-3 in favor of Michigan. And we've seen it already, both defensive and offensive rebounds in this half, as Michigan looking to make another comeback, similar to another team here in Michigan that's known for making late comebacks, the Detroit Lions. If you live under a rock, you might not know, they're in Seattle today for their playoff game in the wild card as they take on the Seahawks. 8-point underdogs. Really quick, Nate, what do you expect to see in that one? Because I don't expect too much.
I think the Lions have a shot. I think people really underestimate how much Earl Thomas does for the Seahawks. Him not being there, playing safety for them, that's a huge loss to the Seahawks. I really think the Lions have a chance.
Well, I will say that you're 100% wrong, and we are about to get underway here in the second half. It's DJ Wilson, Duncan Robinson, Mo Wagner, Derek Walton Jr., Muhammad Ali Abdul-Rahman, Maryland Connors with Cohen, Brantley, Gill, Nickens, and Baby Bender. This is Cohen bringing it up. Andrew Cohen, he's taken 2 shots, made 1 of them. He's played 22 minutes, only has 2 points. He dribbles it around, almost passed it to DJ Wilson. Instead, gets it inside to Gill. Shot's no good. Rebound Wagner. Walton brings it up.
Terrific defense. Nothing easy there for Maryland.
Abdur-Rahman's got it now. In the corner, just inside the 3-point line to Wagner. He backs his defender down, puts it up, can't put it in. That was Gill with the foul. Wagner backed him down. Didn't hit rim on the shot, but he will shoot 2.
I love seeing that from Wagner, especially he settled for way too many 3-point shots in the first half. He really needs to get going to the rim. That's a good start.
0 of 4. Coming into the Penn State game, he was a 45% three-point shooter, which blew my mind. Because every time he shoots it, I kind of die inside a little bit as the first free throw is up and good.
It's because the 3-point shots he takes, they're wide open. He has his feet set. He's not pulling up from 30 feet. But
I still don't like it at any time I see it.
The first half.
2 dribbles with the right hand, puts it up, puts it in. Michigan is within 2. I am stunned, folks. Wagner telling Chrysler to get up. And they're doing so. It's loud. Nickens has it. Gets it to Cohen. Screen by Bender. Goes to the left corner against Walton. Gets it to Nickens. Next to Cohen. He'll reset with 15 on the clock. Gets another screen from Baby Bender. Walton still on him like glue. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Fans on their feet. Cohen's got it. Brings it in all the way. Puts it up. No foul called. And he gets his own rebound. Abdur Rahman steals it. Trips. Gets it to Wagner. And they're going to call a foul on... They're going to call it on Brantley. Wow.
That was crazy.
That's going to be Brantley's first. Their ball was pinballing around on the rebound. It looked like Wagner might be able to get a piece of it. They called a foul. Michigan can take a lead.
Yeah. The great part there for Michigan, they are pressuring the ball way out beyond the three-point line, making Maryland uncomfortable. They can't really set up their offense.
Wagner inside. He went for the Michael Jordan dunk. It was never going to fall, but a foul is called. That's going to be on Baby Bender. That's his first. The team's fourth. Michigan only has one foul. We're not even 6 minutes into the game.
I don't think Blake Griffin could dunk from that far.
That 3 guys in between him and the rim. There was no chance. He did get the foul call. He can tie it up with 2 free throws here. 2 dribbles with the right hand, puts it up, puts it in. I am absolutely stunned, folks. I had no idea. Vegas sure did. As we have a switch, Justin Jackson, one of their big superstars, comes in for Baby Bender. A free throw here can tie it. Hands and fingers waving in the Maze Rage. 2 dribbles, throws it up, no good. Michigan will settle for a point. They're only down a point. Andrew Cohen brings it up. Gets it over to Gill. Gill averaging 3 points a game this season. This is Nickens' 3, a good screen by Cohen. It's good. Maryland up 4. Maryland's coach is just sitting on his knees cheering. Abdur Rahman gets it to DJ Wilson in the right wing. Zach Irvin ready to come back in. He'll come back in the next stoppage. Wagner on the left wing gets it to DJ Wilson, top of the key. Gets it over to Duncan Robinson. He drives in. He throws it up. That shot had no chance. Not sure what he was doing. He's a jump shooter, and only that. Maryland brings it up. This is Cohen. Cohen gets it to the corner to Jackson. Brings right back to Cohen. Cohen going to reset against Walton on the Michigan M. Gets a screen from Gill. Finally passes it to Justin Jackson. To DJ Wilson. Nice dribble. Fake to the right. Went to the left. Baby crossover. Maryland up 6.
They might have scored right there on that possession, but one thing I like seeing from Michigan is rather than switching on those ball screens, they're doing some hard hedges and then having the big man come back, recover, stay on their man.
Abdur Rahman, a nice jump inside the key, throws it up and in. Michigan down 43-39.
First half, switching on all these ball screens was causing a lot of mismatches and a lot of problems.
Cohen goes inside against Walton. Great defense. Rebound to Abdur Rahman. He's got DJ Wilson up ahead for the slam. That one goes in, and Chrysler's hot again. Fans are getting on their feet. Michigan just down 2. Wow. DJ Wilson with the slam. He's got 7. And I don't know what happened.
The net.
Oh, the net. So the net is caught up on Michigan's side. Melo Tremble's going to get a chance to come in, I believe, for Cohen, and Zach Irvin's going to come in for Duncan Robinson. It's the starters for Michigan: Wagner, Walton, Irvin, Abdur Rahman, DJ Wilson. And for Maryland, it's Melo Tremble, it's Gill, Nickens, Justin Jackson, and Herder. Herder, like we said, had the game of his life against Nebraska. They did not win that game, but right now held to 1 of 4, all of them threes. He's got 3 points in 18 minutes.
Hopefully with Irvin coming back in, Michigan can keep their rhythm on offense.
Melo Tremble is back with 12 on the clock. Gets a screen from Gill. Goes all the way inside against Mo Wagner. No. Rebound goes to Gill, and it's going to be a foul called on Derek Walton Jr. off the rebound. That's going to be his third. The team's second. It's 4-2 fouls in favor of Michigan, but Gill's going to go to the line and shoot too. Got to get those rebounds. If you're Wagner or Wilson, that's how Maryland's trying to pull away with these free throws, these offensive rebounds. They've got 8 of them so far. This is Gill, takes three dribbles with the right hand, deep breath, throws it up, and it's long. He's looking right at the band, who I assure you are waving everything they have in their power. Donnell's going to come in for Wagner. The freshman Xavier Simpson's going to come in for Walton. And Mr. Gill, who only has 2 points today, will have another free throw. 2 dribbles with the right hand, deep breath. Bends his knees, puts it up, puts it in. It's 44-41 Maryland.
All right, well, let's see how this Michigan offense can work with the new subs. Hopefully they keep on rolling.
Xavier Simpson gets it to DJ Wilson outside the right wing. Now he goes to his left. He's trying to find Irvin, almost stolen by Herder. Irvin, top of the key. Looks like he's double teamed. He's got DJ Wilson now at the free throw line. Gets it to Irvin. Irvin drives in, puts up the mid-range jumper. Shocker, didn't go in. We've seen it 1,000 times before. He's a senior. We know it's coming. Herder pump fakes the 3, gets it to Tremble 3, and that's good. Huge shot by Melo Tremble. He might get going now.
That's the worst case scenario for Michigan.
Abdur Rahman brings that right to left. Michigan down 6. The next stoppage will be a TV timeout with 20 on the clock. Michigan needs points here to stick around with this Maryland team who's pretty much in all accounts been better than them. With 10 on the clock, you've missed nothing. Xavier Simpson's just dribbling around, gets to Irvin in the corner 3. Good! Zach Irvin with a 3-pointer. He's 1 of 3 today. Only 4 of 11 shooting. He's got 9 points.
Gets the 3 to go, but I don't really like the way that the offense looked right there. Really stagnant. Kind of had to throw.
That's the word I was thinking too, actually. Stagnant. Simpson was just kind of dribbling it. Nothing happens. Melo Trimble's got it. He works against the freshman Simpson. And now it's going to be stolen by Simpson, but a foul is called. Simpson not thrilled about that one. That's going to be his first. Looked like a foul to me. Didn't look like a foul to you based on your reaction. And there's a timeout on the floor. 47-44. Road team on top. 11:01 to go second half.
It kind of looked like Melo went to the James Harden School of Flopping right there. Kind of flailed the arm, snapped his head back. I don't know. I'm not so sure that's a foul.
They would be showing the replay, but they're doing a game instead.
Oh, man.
Maryland only have 3 in this one. This is a ball game, and in Vegas right now, these two teams just about even. The fans are getting up. Home court advantage is here, and you got to imagine eventually in the next 11 minutes and 1 second, you got to think Michigan, they're going to have the lead at some point in this game. I mean, they just have to shoot the 3 better. They're 1 of 3 in this half. Maryland is 2 of 5. Of course, the big shot for Melo Tremble. He's still only shooting 2 of 10. So to say he's hot would be incorrect. However, you got to imagine Maryland's going to keep putting them out there. He is their superstar.
Oh, yeah. He's the leader of this team. He's still going to keep putting up shots no matter what. That was a big problem, though. He did come up ice cold there in Nebraska when the team needed it.
Maryland, another team, they were on the wrong ends of a big second half comeback by Nebraska at home. Of course, Michigan on the right end of that comeback in their last game against Penn State, erasing that 12-point deficit. And Nebraska, a surprising 2-0 in the Big Ten, including a win against what was a ranked Maryland team in Maryland. You got to think maybe they're a bit of a threat in the Big Ten, who's looking for a superstar team, as Michigan State losing earlier today on the road against that Penn State team Michigan won against earlier this week. And the Big Ten desperately trying to find that marquee team. Maybe Wisconsin, maybe Indiana, maybe Michigan, but it can't be anybody else. It's definitely one of those 3. They each have a 1 in 3 chance. I'm of course kidding. They don't have a chance. Michigan, not the marquee team. Michigan hasn't been ranked since they won the 2K Classic in New York at Madison Square Garden. against SMU and Marquette, two other teams that are kind of struggling this season. Michigan's starting to realize that maybe those wins weren't as good as we thought they were.
Yeah, especially after going to playing UCLA, really getting blown out. Even though they are a very good team, ranked number 2 or at the time.
Well, at the time, UCLA lost since then. They're down further. Michigan kept up with it for a half, though. It wasn't a blowout until the second half. That was by far Michigan's best shooting game of the season. They also lost by 21, so kind of unfortunate that it had to be on the road against UCLA. We've talked enough, Nate. We're underway. Maryland up 3. I've said it a million times. It's Tremble, Herter, Gill, Nickens, and Jackson. For Michigan, it's Simpson, Wilson, Abdul-Rahman, Urban, and Mark Donnell inside. Tremble's got it against Xavier Simpson. Rolls to the left corner 3 from Nickens is good. He's 4 of 4 shooting today, all of them 3-pointers. Simpson brings it up. He's got it just right top of the key. Wagner's ready to come back in. Irvin rolls to the right, gets it stolen by Herter. They aren't able to advance it, and Tremble's going to reset here. He's going to take the long 2 just behind the free throw line's no good. Taps around. Donnell's got it, loses it, but Irvin picks it up with 10 minutes to go in the half.
Got to get something going towards the basket right now. No settling for outside jumpers.
DJ Wilson wanted the corner 3. Now he's going to put it up. Good! DJ Wilson with a 3-pointer. He's 2 of 2 from 3 today.
Or just make a 3 with a hand right in your face.
The line drive 3-pointer in the corner makes it a 3-point deficit again. Herter's got it, and he's going to be fouled, it looks like, by Abdur-Rahman. He got a screen from Jackson, and they're going to call it on Zach Irvin, actually. That's going to be his second. And Mo Wagner's going to come in for Mark Donnell. With DeMonte Dodd coming in against Gill, for Gill. And Nickens, I've said it, 4 of 4 shooting today, all 3-pointers. He's not one of their top scorers, folks. He's not even close. He doesn't start. He hasn't started a game this season. But he's hot right now as Trimble stands on the M at midcourt.
He's been getting a lot of open catch and shoot with his feet set, going towards the basket threes. They've all been easy.
Simpson, great defense. Now Trimble works against Wagner. It goes out of bounds. Simpson says it was off Trimble's knee. Not going to happen. It's going to stay with Maryland with 12 on the clock. And at 9:23 to go in the second half, you got to think Michigan's got to make their move soon. They don't have forever, as it looks like Herter's going to come out for Jalen Brantley. Brantley shooting 1 of 2 today in 9 minutes with 2 points. And Derek Walton Jr. is going to come in for Xavier Simpson, who gets claps for his defense. And with 12 on the clock, Maryland's going to get it in. Nickens gets it to Brantley, who gets it over to Tremble with 8 on the clock. And the three is good. He's starting to feel it. Maryland up 6, and right when you think Michigan's going to come back, that happens. Another 3, 4 of 7 in this half by Maryland.
Michigan really needed to stop right there, and that's not really going to help.
Irvin rolls to his right. Now he's going to drive inside. Foul's called. Dodd gets the block, but Irvin's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Not somewhere where you want to see a guy like Zach Irvin. Known last year as the guy that can't make free throws. This year, it's been a little better. That was Dodd's first foul, and with that, it's almost poetic. All 5 players on the court for Maryland have 1 foul exactly. I at least think that's pretty cool. Zach Irvin takes 3 dribbles with the right hand, throws it up. It's good. Looked almost long. The substitute. No, Melo Trimble is still in the game. It looked like he was going to come out. Irvin takes 1, 2, 3 dribbles, puts it up, puts it in. Michigan is within 4. They need a stop here. Just under 9 minutes to go. Tremble gets it to Brantley. They all look the same, by the way, folks. Trust me, they do. Melo Trimble's got it against Walton. Now he's going to drive into the right side, gets it inside to Dodd, who gets his shot blocked by Mo Wagner, gets his own rebound, throws down the dunk. The Maryland bench erupts, and Maryland once again up 6.
And another big play by Trimble there. Really starting to heat up and feel it now.
Wagner's got it. Nice spin move inside, puts the layup up and in. He was driving to the right side, right at the free throw line, took a great spin move to the left. We've seen that a couple times this season from Wagner already. Michigan once again within 4.
They can't keep trading baskets here, though. You need to stop.
This is Justin Jackson works against DJ Wilson. He puts up a shot up again and in. Once again, Maryland responds. They're up 6.
Michigan just does not have the same energy on defense right now as they did at the start of this half. It's really showing. Maryland
Mo
scoring
Wagner,
with ease.
the left wing 3, wide open, didn't take. He drives in, kicks it out to Walton with 10 on the clock. Now he's got Mo Wagner over the right wing to Abdur Rahman, who drives in, gets his step up, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up, puts it in. I'm going to say it again, Nate. Once again, Michigan within 4. They need a stop. That's 4 possessions in a row. I've said that. And 4 possessions in a row, Maryland's made it a 6-point lead. Fans getting on their feet. They need something to cheer for. This is Brantley inside, no good. Rebound, Dodd gets it stripped by Zach Irvin. Finally a stop. Zach Irvin going to bring it all the way, puts the layup up and in. Michigan up 2. Watch out, folks. Under 7 to go. 57-55. And you can hear Chrysler Arena now. Timeout, Maryland.
Looks like they're going to get a couple of subs in.
57-55. Maryland on top. They've got the ball with 6:54 to play in the second half. And right now, that double-digit lead in the first half is down to 2. Chrysler Arena exploding with 6:54 to go. Michigan just down 2. Fouls are 5-4 in favor of Michigan. Maryland's down to 2 timeouts left. Michigan 3. And right now, not Mickens. You're looking at some stats here. Justin Jackson shooting 5 of 6, 1 of 1 from 3 for Maryland. Him and Mickens have been the superstars. And Dodd, of course, with 13 points and 4 rebounds. You look at Michigan's side, you got Zach Irvin, 5 of 12, 1 of 3 from 3 with 13 points. Abdur Rahman, 6 of 12, 0 of 1 from 3 with 12 points. Wilson with 10 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3. That's your hot hand right there, Nate. That's the guy I think they got to keep going to.
You know, well, someone's got to step up and make some big plays here right now. The offense has been going smoothly. I think really we need somebody to step up on the defensive end. Maryland's been able to get to the rim. Even that last possession, they finally got a stop. It was really more just a bad shot. Was able to get in the lane, just threw it up off the glass like he was shooting with his elbow.
Yep. So Maryland's superstar has been stopped so far. Melo Trimble, the guy that's averaging about 21 points a game for the Terps. He's been stuck at 9 points, 3 of 12 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. But we've seen him make 2 threes in a row very recently. And their superstar right now, he's getting hot. And you look at it kind of, the Pistons played the Hornets the other day, held Kemba Walker to just about 6 or 7 points. He exploded with the Hornets scoring 44 in the fourth quarter, nearly coming back, nearly having an amazing buzzer beater that was just missed in time.
The fancy, the off the back.
And
it was
Bellinelli off of Morris's back with 0.5 seconds. The clock hit 0. But the Pistons had a 20-point lead or a 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter, so they were able to give up 45 points in the fourth quarter and still win. Michigan came into this half down 8. They looked dead. I had written them off. Now, I had written them off way earlier in the first half. That's kind of what I do, folks. But right now, Melo Trimble getting hot. So are the Wolverines after that urban steal and rebound and layup, coast to coast. Michigan has Walton, Abdur Rahman, Wagner, Wilson, and Irvin, the starters. Maryland counters with Trimble, Baby Bender, Gill, Herder, and Cohen.
All right, finally, Michigan's busting out the 1-3-1 zone.
1-3-1 zone. They're trying to trap Maryland. Herder gives a screen to Cohen. Now rolls back, almost stolen by Irvin with 6 on the clock. They've got to get a shot up. This is Tremble inside to Herder. Gets it inside. No look past the baby Bender up and in. Michigan can't seem to get the ball within a possession.
Excellent job. They went to the 2-1-2 offense of, I don't know what you'd really call it, the set, and got an easy bucket.
Irvin's got it on the left wing, gets Herder, gets it inside to DJ Wilson. That's their hot guy. We said he needs to touch the ball more. Works against Gill. Dribbles down, gets it top of the key to Irvin. 9 on the clock. Gets a screen from Wagner. Corner 3, Walton didn't take it. With 5, he's got to do something, and the ball goes off. It looked like off of Herder's legs. I'm not really sure why that wasn't a kicked ball.
Really.
It doesn't matter. It's a jump ball, and it's going to go to Maryland. And yippee for us, it's another TV timeout. Maryland 59, Michigan 55. Maryland also has the ball. 6:02 to go in the second half. Michigan letting the shot clock go down to 2. The ball pinballed around. They call a jump ball. Interesting call. I probably would have called a kick ball myself. They decided not to do that. There would have only been 2 or 3 seconds on the shot clock, but nonetheless, Maryland's got the ball now, and you almost assume Maryland's going to make a shot here.
Yeah, and been waiting for the 1-3-1 all game. Finally bring it out. Maryland could not do anything against Nebraska. Nebraska went to the 1-3-1 zone at the end of their last game, forcing a lot of turnovers, bad shots, and a lot of three-point shots. That's what you want to do with the 1-3-1 zone, is keep them out of the paint, force them to jack up threes. Well, right there, last possession, they're able to pass it inside, get an easy bucket right up the rim. So you can't have that if you're Michigan.
Well, your big open spot against the 1-3-1 defense is in the corner. Those corner threes are going to be there for Maryland if they can find them. Right now, 4 of 7 this half from 3, 8 of 13 overall, 62% shooting from downtown for Maryland. It's hard to beat a team when they're shooting 62% from 3. Michigan, on the other hand, 5 of 15, just making a third of those threes. And if you're Michigan, you're down to 6:02. You're down 4. Maryland's got the ball. You have to get stops. I like moving to the 1-3-1 zone here, trying to get some sort of turnovers. Maryland has figured out this Michigan defense. It's been pretty poor so far today. It's been points after points after points for Maryland in the second half. And I'm going to say it, as I've said 100 times already this half, Maryland ball, 4 points up. Michigan needs a stop. Maryland is out of their timeout. They're ready to go. Michigan's still in the huddle. They haven't moved, so I'm not exactly sure what Maryland is doing out there. They've got Gill, Cohen, Mello Trimble, Baby Bender, and Herder is chilling in the corner over there. Michigan counters. It's their starters again. We've seen them all day. Wagner, Walt, Irvin, Abdur Rahman, Wilson. Walt Jr. with 3 fouls, Abdur Rahman and Wagner all with 2. And all 5 of Maryland's players on the court still have 1 point, and I just think that's adorable.
Frankly, I'm shocked that Bender is in the game right now for Maryland.
It's been Dodd's been their big guy so far today. Mello Trumbull's going to reset with 14 on the clock. Where gets Abdur Rahman? Just left the top of the key. The fans have died down. He works against Abdur Rahman. 5 on the clock. Cohen's going to have to put up this 3, and he's going to with 2 on the clock. You have got to be kidding me. He's done it again. Anthony Cohen for 3. Michigan down 7.
And that's what you want if you're Michigan right there. Force them to take a 3. It was contested. Just make it.
And a foul is going to be called on Maryland. I mean, you can just tell here in the in Chrysler Arena, the fans are dying down. I mean, this comeback is dying out. They need to get points here. It's actually a 7-point game instead of a 6-point game. The foul is going to be on Cohen, the man that just made the miracle 3. Irvin's going to inbound to Abdur Rahman. He's going to bring it to the left, right at the free throw line. Now he's going to reset top of the key. He works against Mello Trimble. Student section trying to get back into it. You can tell it's a struggle. Wagner tries to pass it to Wilson in the corner. Gets stolen by Mello Trimble. And a basket here by Maryland could be the end of the day for Michigan. Mello Tremble's got Irvin on him. That's the mismatch. Irvin is bigger. He's going to reset with 15 on the clock. No hurry. Gets a screen from Gill. Now he's got Wagner on him. Back to Irvin. Lost the ball, finds it, puts it up. It's blocked by Irvin, and it goes out of bounds. No, Irvin saved it to Wagner. Wagner brings it up right to left. Walton left wing 3 didn't take it. Gets it to Irvin's going to reset. Rolls to his left, now to his right, back to his left. Works against Herder, puts it up, and in the foul. And then he called on Herder. That's going to be his second. And that may have just saved Michigan's life right there.
Excellent by Irvin on the defensive end. Big block. And then I could just feel it when he got the ball in his hands. There, beyond the three-point line, he was going to shoot it. No, he takes it inside, gets the and one. Incredible.
Dodd is going to come in now for Gill. The free throw is up and no good. That's not a shocker if you're a Michigan fan. It's a 5-point Maryland lead. They need a stop. I am so far 0 for 6 and actually getting a stop when I've asked for it. Mello Tremble works for Abdur Rahman. Hey, and Abdur Rahman breaks the defenders. Breaks right through Irvin and Wagner, who are doubling him. Puts the layup up and in. I'm going to make it 0 for 7. It's a 7-point game. The next stop will be the final under 4 timeout. And Michigan grasping for life at this point. DJ Wilson's got it to Zach Irvin. You're always afraid he's going to throw the shot up there. Wagner, left wing 3, need this to fall, and it does! He was 0-4 from 3 before that. Timeout, Michigan. It's a 4-point game. Nate, gosh darn it, we need a stop. Michigan needs a stop, excuse me. The home team desperate for it. I am the biggest jinx in the world. Michigan now in the bonus, by the way, after the Irvin foul. So it's going to be 1-1 from here on out. And go ahead.
I mean, I don't know what Michigan can do here on the defensive end to stop Maryland, though. They've had where they force them to take some bad shots every once in a while here. They just keep making them, really.
It's been quite the half for Maryland from the three-point line. 5 of 8. They're only shooting 46% in the half compared to Michigan's 63. That's what's got them back within 4. They were down by 9 at the half. But this is it. There's no more 4-minute timeouts. There's 3:43 to go. This is your ball game right here. You have to make a move if you're the Michigan Wolverines. If you're Maryland, long possessions. Keep making your shots. Trust that every time I think Michigan needs to stop, I'm going to say it. I'm 0 of 7 right now. But Michigan now in the bonus. Can they get to the free throw line? They're only shooting 6 of 9 today from the line. Overall, the best free throw shooting team in the Big Ten. Second place with Penn State, who visited them earlier this week, like we said. Michigan 1 of 1 in the Big Ten. So is Maryland, I believe.
No. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, they beat Illinois.
They beat Illinois. Yes, they beat Illinois and they lost to Nebraska. Shocker, Nebraska. We were talking about them earlier. Right now, though, Michigan also 1-1. They lost in overtime on the road to Iowa. Would have been a huge win for them had they been able to get it. They had a last-second shot for Walton, but he lost it out of bounds. The game was tied and it went to overtime. Not how you wanted to end there. Both of these teams trying to jockey in position in this tough Big Ten. These are the wins that they're going to be looking at on your resume. What are the big wins? What are those conference wins that you've had? Michigan would love Maryland to be on that resume, and vice versa. Michigan's got the home court advantage.
Yeah, Michigan definitely needs to have a hot start at the start of the Big Ten here, because a little further down the line here, later in the month, they have a really brutal stretch. Where's that? They play Indiana,
Michigan State, Ohio State, Michigan State, Indiana, Wisconsin. I mean, that's not what you want. That's some really tough games. So games like this, you're at home, it's close. You need the win. You need the win if you are the home team. Michigan's going to come out with, shocker, their starting 5. It's Wagner, Irvin, Walton, Wilson, Abdur Rahman. Maryland, about 800 guys. They come out with Cohen, Trimble, Herder, Jackson, and Dodd. Michigan, hey guys, you need a stop. Cohen's going to throw it up to Dodd. 0 of 8. Dunks it home. It's a 6-point game. Michigan can get within a possession here. A three-pointer puts them back in it. If they come up with a goose egg in this possession, you got to think it might be ball game. Irvin's got it on the left wing from Wilson. Rolls to the right, now to Wagner. Wagner works against Justin Jackson. He's been the guy to go to. Behind the back pass, puts it up inside, and it falls just in it, hung up on the rim. It's going to fall. Michigan within 4. Nate, you want to say it this time?
I think Michigan really needs to
Michigan
stop.
needs a stop. Under 3 to go, down 4.
I think you got to make somebody other than Melo Trimble beat you right here.
Mello inside to Dodd. Dodd to Jackson, over to Herder. Corner 3. You can't help but laugh, folks. It's good. Michigan down 7, and I'm starting to think that's the nail in the grave right there, folks. 2.5 minutes to go. Michigan can't make a stop. They're down 7. Walton drives inside, gets it to DJ Wilson, right wing 3. It's good! And just like that, Michigan back within 4. 2:18 to go and counting. All right, home team. We're 0 of 9 right now.
Do not say it.
You need a stop if you're the Michigan Wolverines. Melo Tremble going nice and slow with 2 minutes to go. Gets a screen from Dodd. Rolls to the left. Looked like Wagner got a piece of the ball. He kept it. Herder's got it. Resets now in the corner with 11 to Cohen. And it's an offensive foul from Abdur Rahman. There it is, Nate. It had to happen sometime. Abdur Rahman forces the charge. 1:55 to go. Michigan down 4, but they have the ball.
Been waiting to see that energy on defense for so long. That double team on Trimble forces him to pass it away, ends up getting us the charge.
All right. Walton inside. He was tripped, and they're going to say he was tripped. It looks like Wagner is going to shoot a 1-and-1 here. That's Maryland's 19th foul. It's going to be on Devontae Dodd. Wagner can get them within 2 points. Michigan, by the way, has made their last 6 shots. Maryland's made their last 3. It's a Wagner 1-and-1. Oh, boy, does Michigan need this free throw. He's shooting 3 of 4 from the line today. 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, however. He's played 22 minutes, 14 points, 4 rebounds. I looked away. I heard a groan. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Michigan still down 4. That was a huge miss there. 1.5 to go. Maryland, see if they can get something here. Melo Tremble goes inside, puts up the floater, up and in. It's a 6-point game. And if you're Michigan here, you got to think 3-pointer, get within a possession, or go quick. DJ Wilson gets it to Abdur Rahman. Over to Wagner, left wing 3 is good! Mo Wagner for 3! 1:10 to go in the half, 71-68.
Brockman almost got the inbound pass.
I don't know if they've stopped the game here. It looks like, yep, I was off Abdur Rahman. With 1:08 to go in the second half, Michigan in the double bonus. Also has 2 fouls to get for Maryland. There's going to be a minute to go. Maryland, if this score, you got to imagine it's going to be over.
The crowd's getting up on their feet right now.
Cohen's got it against Abdur Rahman, gets it to Dodd, over to Herder. Herder resets. Irvin doing a great job making sure Melo Tremble can't get the ball. Justin Jackson inside. Draws contact, no good. He's going to be called for the foul. Him is in Wagner. The shot fell as well. Maryland up 5. And you got to imagine there's the nail in the coffin. You can't let Maryland do what they're doing today. If you're a Michigan fan, this is an embarrassing defensive performance. Maryland looks like they're going to walk out of Chrysler Center.
Yeah, that was DJ Wilson. He did everything he could. He funneled him into Wagner right there, but Wagner looked like he was trying to take a charge instead of standing there with his
trying to take a charge, but he didn't fall to the ground. He just kind of stood there, then put his arms out. Abdur Rahman off, Robinson on for 5-point game. Big free throw here. It's up and long, and DJ Wilson comes down with the rebound with Gill. It's a 5-point game. Michigan's going to have 2 possessions to Maryland 1. If they hurry, they need to hurry, or they're going to have to foul. Walton needs to hurry. He can't get in. He's going to go inside against Herder. Puts it up, puts it in. 31 seconds left. Timeout, Michigan. They're going to have to foul. You got to think. You put up a shot in the first 8 seconds there. Let Maryland play a possession out. Instead, now you got to foul. It's 7. Go ahead.
Maryland's not a team you want to put on the line at the end of the game. They're going to get the ball to Mello Trimble right now, and he is an excellent free throw shooter. He's got ice in his veins.
84%. And it's a 3-point game time. Michigan has to foul on the give, though, so they're going to play some full court pressure. If they can get a steal, maybe get a basket, all of a sudden, you've got a chance. Michigan has made their last 8 shots. Will it matter? I'm not sure, but they're going to have to foul with 30.9 to go.
You're going to think Maryland's going to come out with their 2-point guard set, I think. And they have 3 guys that can pretty much play.
It's going to be Trimble and Cohen, both of them can play point guard, as well as Brantley. And then they got Justin Jackson and Herder. All of these guys, at least 70% free throw shooters. Wilson is going to guard Herder, who is inbounding the ball. Michigan needs a steal and nothing less. It would be a 1-and-1 for Maryland. So there is a chance. Herder trying to inbound it to Trimble, can't. Gets it to Jalen Brantley. He's fouled. No free throws yet. That was it. Now Maryland in the bonus. Michigan needs a steal here. They can't risk the foul. Wilson guarding Herder, the inbounder.
Maryland does still have 2 timeouts if they have trouble inbounding.
That's true. Gets it inside to Cohen, and they're going to call a foul on Abdul-Rahman pretty early. Cohen is a 74% free throw shooter. He's at 2 of 2 today, and this is a huge 1-and-1 for Maryland. You miss the first, Michigan can tie or at least get within 1. Dodd is going to come in for his rebounding skills. He'll come in for the guard Brantley, who came in for his free throw shooting. Duncan Robinson going to come in for Abdul-Rahman. He's their shooter. He's their top shooter. He doesn't miss shots.
Yeah, you got to think, especially with subbing him in right now, he's the one taking the big shot here at the end of the game.
Mo Wagner and DJ Wilson ready to get the rebound against Dodd and Justin Jackson. Fans are up. It's a 1-and-1. He misses. It's Michigan ball. It goes in. It's a 4-point game. Michigan slowly dying out. He'll shoot a second. The band has decided to turn their backs to the shooter. They didn't do anything. The shot went in. DJ Wilson gets it into Derek Walton Jr. You got to think you probably need 3 here. Derek Walton gets it to Robinson. Robinson wanted the shot, didn't take it. He's stuck. Gets it to Walton Jr. on the left wing. He puts up the deep 3. No good. Rebound goes to Maryland. And that's going to do it.
Yeah, right there. They try to get the ball to Robinson for the 3. After he couldn't get the first one, really wish they tried to get it back to him.
And just like that, Chrysler Arena is all standing up and leaving at once. Very unfortunate, a game where Michigan played fairly decent. Shot 42% from 3. You got to think that's where you want to be. They made 8 of their last 9 shots. Free throws up and good. That's Justin Jackson. And this would make it a 3-possession game. Shouldn't matter at this point. Michigan's going to fall to 1-2, 11-5 on the season. 1 of 2 in the Big Ten. Maryland going to go to 14-2, 2 of 1 from 3. The second free throw is good. It's a 3-possession game. Walton Jr. is going to bring it up right to left, gets it to Duncan Robinson. Robinson's just going to throw up a 3 off the backboard. No. Wagner rebound, throws up the 3. It's short. Rebound goes to Cohen. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at Chrysler Arena. Michigan, another sad performance, and you got to think it's not going to get much better, folks. I sure don't have much faith in this team. I don't know about you, Nate. Your final score here from Ann Arbor, Michigan, at 77-70. Maryland on top of Michigan. They defeat the Wolverines in their first true road game Nate, final thoughts.
Way to be forever optimistic. You know,
I am a
Just always
realist,
keep
and
the
that is
spirits
that. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. For WCBN, I'm Chris Mickler. That's Nate Sorensen. Thank you so much. Go Lions tonight. I'm 100% biased in that way. Go Blue. See ya.